Ecuador is a beautiful country located in the equatorial line in the center of the world. The Galapagos Islands highlights the beauty of this country. The paper Cryptographic Systems and Threats in E-Commerce. The agenda has to do with introduction, justification, art state, conclusions and future work. The 21st century companies are heading towards a world in which the ones that best adapt are those that survive the exponential connected world, where technology and digitalization are the main managers. Technology changes rapidly and companies compete digitally. In the next decade, countries will grow more than 10% of companies on the internet, becoming one of the largest sectors of the economy as a whole. From the 1990s onwards, the internet and globalization became popular, with technology being the catalyst for sales, making business in the palm of the hand. In 2005, Apple and Android applications created new methods for e-commerce, aimed at customer loyalty, expanding the market, and above all, creating a massive sales network that involves business growth. Electronic commerce does not involve schedules, works 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The risks facing information are spam, spyware, virus and phishing, hence the lack of direct human presence in online business increases distrust in the system, because not knowing who is behind the transaction or simply trying to understand that it is a computer that executes a transaction is a problem for most customers. In this paper, the different strategies that online businesses have adopted to survive on the platform to prevent hacking attacks are described. In addition, a detail of the new threats to crypto systems that allow for the communication of sensitive data, such as those required for electronic commerce payments, is presented. It also describes conclusions and recommendations, which, as a result of theoretical research, can be taken into account to improve online business strategies. Justification. At present, there is also talk of the Internet of Things, this being an interesting innovation for the new business model on the Internet. The reality of Internet business processes has three complementary approaches: environment, business model, and the technological model that supports the process. In addition to the service of online businesses, they must not only offer products, but also propose solutions to the problems of potential customers. Software is the basic process too. Digital purchases offer products and services becoming digital empires, made up of hundreds of service companies that aim to digitize all information. Trying to reduce the level of mistrust through IT strategies helps to strengthen e-commerce and customer peace of mind. Art state. Definitions. Electronic commerce. E-commerce is the process of buying and selling goods and services electronically through transactions over the internet, networks, and other digital technologies. Cryptography and crypto system. As mentioned in the article, system of distribution of keys by means of quantum cryptography to avoid attacks of the type man in the middle. Cryptography is the art of converting a message to a confused form, so that not everyone is able to interpret it. Cyberspace. In the last few decades, the term cyberspace has been frequently used to refer to all activities related to computers and communication networks, especially the security of the information generated by them. The new era of e-commerce, a representation of the digital strategy that must be followed to maintain an online business, is shown in Figure 1. Cyber attacks. With the wide distribution of the Internet and electronic commerce, the emergence of cryptography, which is the art of coding and encoding information, and together with cryptanalysis, which is the art of breaking or decrypting such codes, cryptology originates. In e-commerce, as well as in other cyberspace activities, the sender initially selects an encryption function and then selects the plain text to be transmitted. Figure 2 shows the sending of messages described in the previous paragraph, such as the sending of messages between Alice and Bob, where the first encodes the message, it travels through a secure medium, and finally Bob decodes and reads it. However, there is another character who is Eve, the cyber attacker, the intruder who is waiting to hear and intercept the communication between Alice and Bob. New threats to crypto systems and e-commerce. Historically, one of the needs of humanity has been to hide sensitive information that it wishes to transmit only to certain pairs of interest. An example of the online cyber attacks taking place worldwide can be seen in Figure 5. Conclusions and future work. This paper describes the main strategies that online businesses need to implement to stay active on the internet. It goes from the change of being a physical business to the digital format and the acquisition of customers and the maintenance of business in the world of e-commerce. These are the phases that every online business should have and try to maintain during its digital life. The main objective of this paper is to describe in a theoretical way the technological methods and processes and algorithms that allow online businesses to have tools to correctly secure transactions. However, it's not possible to count on total security processes, since every day hackers update their algorithm development methodology to counter the platform security. With the cyber war, the point is to identify the origin of the attacks and verify the security systems. At the same time, trained personnel must be able to intuit or recognize the possible cyber attack. This would make it possible to make the right decisions for the managers of an organization. Future works. Strategies to increase the security of online transactions are the concern of recent years, and it is in this area that scientific advances are taking place. The appropriate treatment of information using encryption and encryption tools, which are impossible to decode, is the main objective of scientists as a basic aid to preserve only business strategies. Thank you, everyone.